it has been an interesting year for Tampa Bay businesses. This week, the Tampa Bay Business Journal looks back at the top stories of 2013, and editor Alexis Muellner joins us now. Alexis, you have gotten to do so much, talk to so many people this year. Reflect for us and think back on some of your favorites.
It's been an incredible year, Laura. I mean, dominated in part by the fact that the economy, which was struggling for so long and really hurt a lot of people, really rebounded. And I think it's a slow rebound. I mean, it's not this great gangbuster job growth. Dominated in part by real estate, which we saw values come back in a lot of our homes, but not so at the point where you think it's a bubble. And in many ways, dominated by people that were looking not to flip their homes. We also saw some very strong activity in commercial real estate, dominated by Amazon, which inked a huge deal down in Ruskin, 1 million square feet, another property down in Polk County. And the commercial real estate industry was really decimated during the recession. That's starting to come back as well. Other really some positive signs like boutique hotels in downtown Tampa. But again, an economy that's not really gangbusters, but probably hopeful.
Yeah, and maybe like a slow trend. You know, a lot of people talking about channel side. They just want the Tampa Bay area to be great and to make money.
And you saw some really great news last week with NCAA coming in 2017. We were title town and the ability for us to handle these big events. And we have so many great cultural assets here, and we saw a lot of evolution in the maturation of many of those kinds of properties, everything from just being Curtis Dixon Park in downtown Tampa to Beach Drive in St. Petersburg. I mean, we have a lot of great assets here.
A lot of items that will help with tourism, I imagine, in 2014.
It is, and I think that we have to think of the wider business economy in terms of real estate, manufacturing, intellectual assets, technology companies that grew, and a whole sort of underculture of smart startup companies here as well. And you know, we're covering it every step of the way, and there's some fits and starts, a couple steps forward, a couple steps back, but overall I think we're pretty optimistic for 14.
And Alexis, I've been following you on Twitter. I see a lot of the important people and cool people you've met this year. Kind of talk about your favorites.
Yeah, I did a column this week about some of the favorite people that I sort of got to know a little better. A couple of them, Mindy Grossman, for example, of HSN. The longest job she's ever had, because she dominated retail culture with working for Nike and some other important brands. But at HSN, she has this global worldview and really has tried to reinvigorate that as a lifestyle brand, and has done some really remarkable changes. And then another guy that left town, Steve Klasko, who was the head of USF Health, talks about sort of emotional intelligence for doctors and trying to create a better healthcare system. It's too bad he left, but I think he left his mark, and they're trying to fill that spot. Just some of the people that I'm lucky enough to get a chance to meet and get to know and develop real source relationships. And if we can get that out of our coverage of the Business Journal, then we're doing pretty good.
Well, like we always say, this year was great. Hopefully the next one will be better.
I think it will.
And we'll see you next year, Alexis.
Yeah, I'll be here every Friday morning.
Thank you so very much for being with us. We do appreciate it.